Hi! How do you entertain your guest? Do you offer something to eat or drink? Or do you offer a seat once they entered your house? In this video, let's identify the purpose of the author of the literary piece entitled Our Country Relatives, and I will share my insights about this matter. So, when I read Our Country Relatives, I identified that author's purpose is to informs us that people in rural areas and people in the city have different differences when it comes to entertaining and accepting visitors or guests. Critical approach in literature, I will be utilizing the sociological approach in analyzing the story. Both characters in the story represents and reflects the society they are living in. The author follows through a couple of situations in the text how city people are treated by country relatives whenever they visit the province and how the country relatives are treated by the city people whenever they visit the city. The first situation is the author illustrates the hospitable treatment offered by the country relatives that is above and beyond. Although they are relative poor and do not have the luxury of comfort in their everyday living, these are not to be felt by the honored guests. And the second situation is introduced in the second half of the story when the country relatives visit the city. We can observe how the treatment is the total opposite to how the hosts were once treated. People in rural areas usually offer the best food and they even offer the best room for the guest, especially when you bring someone your friend or who was born and raised in the city. On the other hand, people in the city are also hospitable, but sometimes they look down on those who live in rural places. They can't relate to how to eat using bare hands or in the banana leaf. So, one thing that I've learned from Solomon V. Arnoldo is that we should treat each other equally no matter who they are and where they come from. The epistle of James says that if you really fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, and you are doing well. But if you show partiality, you are committing sin and are convicted by the law as transgressors. According to James chapter 2 verse 8 to 9. Thank you.